And if you look at some of the cases there, the reason why that imprest was taken, it's quite shocking, Governor, that you have somebody holding 3.6 million shillings of imprest for the facilitation of the Christmas tree lighting celebration in a county such as Bungoma with all our challenges, Chair. You know, it doesn't make any sense.
I agree, Chair. Unfortunately, it was not me. It was the previous. It's wrong, actually, to hold such an imprest, but we'll recover. Thank you, Chair.
So you spent 3.689 million for Christmas tree celebration. Facilitation for Christmas tree celebration. 3.689 million. Governor, you see the things that make people feel like devolution is not working. I thought we had seen crazier things where there was a housewarming for 5 million. Now you have a Christmas tree lighting at 3.6 million, Chair, and the money has not even been brought back.
Chair, just for the record, because I know media will say I am the one who has done that. It is 2019. Please, Chair, I also need protection. Because what is going to...
No, you are not under any threat, Governor.
Because, you know, you are dressing like, you know, it's me. Out here, people are watching it live. People are watching it live.
I am dealing with the county government of Bungoma.
Yes, no, that is right.
The county government of Bungoma spends 3.68 million for Christmas tree celebration.
This is...
at 2019.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the county government of Bungoma spends 3.689 million for Christmas tree celebration. I mean, I thought we had
problems in agreement. It's 2019, but you should be very careful because when I was driving around, I think I saw a Christmas tree this December. So we are just saying.
No, let me put on record.
We are just saying
no Christmas tree, Chair.
This Christmas.
This last Christmas.
Christmas tree.
Okay. So
if you saw any tree, it was not for Christmas. It was just a tree for.
Most interestingly, Chair, you will see that that imprest is being taken on the 9th of September. A whole 3 months before Christmas. These are some of the things that happen in these counties that make many of us worry. And these are things that people must answer for.
Governor, is Francis Tome still in the county?
Francis?
Tome.
He exited.
He exited. This is a guy who was lighting up a Christmas tree in September at a cost of 3.6 million. You see why it's difficult sometimes to fight for more resources to go to county government.
There's a clarification here.
Chair, maybe we need to be on the same page because whatever we have here, the impress warrant is facilitation to Mbale benchmarking.
But no, my friend. We are reading your
documents. The case that you have told us you have filed in court is a plaint and an affidavit sworn in support of those facts by the county attorney, by a gentleman called Ambrose Makoha. Who is Ambrose Makoha? These are your own documents, Governor. We're not making this thing up. We are reading paragraph 5 of the plaint, County Government of Bungoma versus Francis Tome.
And in fact, it had been served.
And it says, on or about, for avoidance of doubt, on or about 9th of September 2019, the defendant requested and was issued with a temporary imprest in the sum of Kenya shillings 3,689,000 for the facilitation of the Christmas tree lighting celebration.
That's the plate.
That is your document. It's a Christmas tree lighting. It's 3.6 million, and it is in September. Honorable Chair of Public Accounts Committee of the Assembly, how do you allow yourselves to budget such expenditure? How do you sit down as members of County Assembly and say that we'll light a Christmas tree in September, and we'll give the executive 3.6 million. How is this possible? Because the governor might argue that it was budgeted.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We do not have such an item in the budget.
But 3.6 million was spent.
Then that is fraud.
Do you light your Christmas trees in September?
It's supposed to be in December, not September.
Chair, maybe.
Honorable Chair,
Chair,
I would like
Please proceed, Senator Wapoli.
I want to say that this amount was spent in September, as it's seen, and all of us who happened to be alive that time, it was a very ceremonial function where people had Christmas hats and with some good tents, and they were jumping like nursery school children at the governor's office compound. It is very annoying, and those who chewed this money continue to lecture Kenyans on how prudent use of resources should be done. So I want to seek indulgence, Chair, that apart from following up this money, ESCC should revisit this, so that it is a lesson to government officers who use such kind of ceremonies to swindle public money and to doing Kenyans that they are benevolent, caring, and loving during festivity seasons. Thank you.
Chair, in
Senator
addition,
Wapoli, but you just indicated that people were very happy on that occasion.
Yeah, the beneficiaries through the chair.
The ones who were jumping up and down.
you know, I want to warn my chief if he might turn into a witness to this matter, but since he's a senator, I know where he was working before he became the senator. The point, Governor, just as an observation on this issue of Christmas tree lighting celebration, so you have looked, there is a problem with the management of imprest. Maybe give us an assurance that what are you doing? Because when you are our speaker, when you travel, you approve for our travel. When we land back and we must give boarding pass, for example, the passport that has been stamped, and even invitation letter. Then you are able to surrender your imprest. What is the management of the imprest on this? Because, Chair, this 3.6 million that was used for Christmas tree lighting celebration is very unfortunate. I want to agree with the area senator that the ESCC must and should pick up the matter so that this thing can be, because, Chair, it's not different from what we saw in housewarming of 5 million. And now we are having 3.6 million of tree lighting on September 2019, 9th September 2019. And for us who are Christians, we know December is the Christmas. Or maybe Bungoma has a unique way of celebrating Christmas. Maybe their Christmas came early, but this 3.6...
In Ethiopia, the new year was in our November, so maybe they're using the Ethiopian calendar.
Maybe they're using the Ethiopian calendar.
Yeah.
But this 3.6 million, and I want just to find also from the county attorney through the governor, has this matter been filed in court already? But this 3.6 million on Christmas tree lighting, Chair, should and must be recovered. And I hope, Governor, the people who did this should never come to any elective positions in Bungoma again. Because, as my chair said, it is hard, all of us fight for resources, day in and day out, to increase the resources. Then when it goes there, they're using for housewarming, they're using for lighting Christmas trees, they're also using for buying seedlings in areas where there is drought 24/7. So, Chair, I think there is a bigger problem than what we are imagining.
Chair, may the county attorney also just make a clarification?
Before he makes a clarification, Senator Sifuna?
Chair, my worry is that this money might never be recovered. Because if there are discrepancies between what you have told the court and what your documents show, the people of Bungoma will never get this money back. Number two, some of these people are very well known to me. Yes, I can see these names. These are names that are known within Bungoma County. I can assure you, Chair, most of them are, the problem with impressed, Chair, is that you can forward somebody's name as your PA or somebody else to take the money, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he is the one who ends up with the money. There are bigger people behind these impressed malpractices. And I'm looking at these names. I don't want to read them because they will be on the news. But I am sure some of them are impecunious. I know them. They left employment.
Through the chair. This is a matter of saving the lives of those who are under stress and depression to account for these monies. So if we know them and we want to restore hope to those who are used to get this money, please, my brother, just read them loudly so that the people of Bungoma can know.
Fine, let me give directions.
Yes.
The names are in the documents before us, so he does not have to read.
I want through his courage
Senator,
to read.
You're done? I think
let's
let's get back to the substance. Governor?
County Attorney, can you clarify?
Yes, thank you, Chair. I'm looking at the document, the impressed warrant, vis-a-vis that letter done by my assistant.
Point of order, Chair. It is Edward Waswa County Attorney, County Government of Bungoma for the plaintiff.
We are not reading a letter. We are reading the plaintiff filed in court.
Yes.
It has already been filed.
Waswa, can you get to the point? Because you are causing yourself unnecessary problems.
Yes, my colleagues and counsel is that...
and he's very powerful. He has an assistant.
Yes, the narration for that demand was not correct. It was... the narration was supposed to be a facilitation to Mbale benchmarking. If you look at paragraph...
So the letter by the Chief Officer, Finance, dated 5th of September 2024, has a similar narration.
Yes. The one that was written to the office seeking that, the first one, if you look at the page, there's 16.
The Chief Officer Finance, who is the accounting officer for these purposes, has clearly indicated that the reason for interest for Francis Tome is facilitation for Christmas tree celebration. How can the county attorney be wiser than the chief officer, who is a custodian of all these records?
Most importantly, Chair, these documents were presented to us to demonstrate action that has been taken. You have given us court documents. Wakili, parties are bound by their pleadings.
Yes,
this is what you are telling the magistrates court in Bungoma at paragraph 5.
Yes, I agree.
Now, are you telling us we have no chance of recovery because you have already given the defense?
No, I agree, senior, and I agree.
You have an amended plaint.
I agree, senior, and we also note that we are allowed to amend pleadings before close of pleadings. We can amend them. So I don't think there's any issue. There's no alarm. It was just a narration from if you look at the letter from the chief officer.
No, Chair, on a point of order, why would you say there is no alarm when you have indicated that 3.6 million was put on the Christmas tree lighting?
Chair, will allow me to direct the members to the document.
Now,
the
Governor, we are not making useful. Yes. We are not using our time in a useful manner. What we have here is a document from the Chief Officer Finance. We've got pleadings by the County Attorney, Edward Waswa. We are not going to amend those documents before the Senate. And you have said it clearly that you were with us in the Senate when these things were happening. And that's a fact. But we must point out the madness that goes on in county governments. And that is why in your 5 years in the Senate, you saw we fought 11 times to pass the new formula for allocation of revenue. And I hope one day you'll write a book about that particular scenario. But if we do all that fighting for money to go to counties, to be spent in September for lighting up Christmas trees, I don't think that's the reason why devolution was brought in. I think on this matter, members, beyond relying on what the PFM regulations require for recovery, this is a matter that is unethical. This is a matter that must be escalated to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. I know they're around, and this is a matter that we must mark to them because it cannot be acceptable. Really, guys, diverting money for KIPES to go to border borders, diverting money from executive to go to housewarming, at least there's a house you can see being warmed. But using 3.6 million for Christmas tree celebration in September, and the money remains unaccounted for. You see, that's the worst thing. If the money was drawn in September, used, the Christmas tree lit up, and surrendered, it would not be before us. So, Governor, it's a shame that these things are happening within the county government of Bungoma. Now you are the new captain. You need to ensure that such things do not recur, but these people must be held accountable. Otherwise, the people of Bungoma might just as well give up on devolution. So, can we close at that point and move to the next issue? Because I think we have prosecuted this enough.
There was just a small matter on impress management. How are they doing now? Because if he's saying it is in the
now,
in 30 seconds.
Considering the time, let's leave that to the auditor so that they report in the next audit cycle.
Okay.
So let's progress. We are done with the issues that were raised with the financial statements. We will take your written responses on budgetary control and performance.